Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm doing a preview of the next upcoming set for the 20 Strong series from Chip Theory. This is Tanglewood, specifically the Red set. And no disclaimer for our crowdfunding coverage, I just want to help you make an informed decision. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos you can't see anywhere else, top 10 lists, extra playthroughs. You can also listen to our podcast for reviews and design discussions. Or come and say hi and join the conversation on our Discord. So everything here is a prototype, and things are still in development. There are also some cards in here that might be unlocked stretch goals. I'm sure they'll unlock all of them. But some of the stuff you might see in here is not going to be in the core game right from the start of the crowdfunding campaign. And this is one set of the new Tanglewoods set coming, which will have, I believe, 3 sets, just like the original 20 Strong had Victorum, Solar Sentinels, and Too Many Bones. And apparently they can all be combined into a campaign. I have not played any of that. All I've got is this prototype of Red, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to explain too much about the basic 20 Strong mechanics. You can see our old videos on the game for that. But let me talk about some of the new stuff before I start playing. So first of all, the main thing for this set is the path. I have this card that has Grandma's cabin on it. I have this card that has Red Riding Hood's house, and then a whole bunch of other cards. I have randomly shuffled these and removed 5, so you have some variation in how the game goes. And I'll be moving up throughout the game, always heading northward, and I'll be resolving different spaces based on the icons. Most common is this little sort of like slimy looking thing. That's a basic fight against a minion. And either by moving up or by using an action at the start of a round, I can put out more of these cards. Sometimes they'll be put out on their nighttime side, which tend to have tougher challenges, sometimes on their day side. And I'll keep on moving up until I've gone through all of these cards and eventually can put Grandma's house on its night or day side. And if I can get all the way there, I will fight our friend the Big Bad Wolf there with some helpers. So when you go to spaces with these little diamonds, that's extra basic enemies you have to face there. So on the nighttime side, he would have 4 people backing him up. Now, additionally, he's got these 5 wolf cards that are randomized underneath him, and certain encounters, see if I can find one, there we go, with that sort of like, I don't know, it looks more like a vampire than a wolf to me, but with that sort of face there, that will have you fight some of his wolves. If you defeat them, then they're out of the game, but if you don't, then they get flipped over and they're going to boost the Big Bad Wolf at the end. So the more wolves you defeat, the easier the final battle will be. Now let's talk about leveling up and getting stronger. First of all, one of the spaces you can land on is this little campfire. This one lets you increase one of your core stats, either your strategy to get more rerolls and hold more items, or your recover stat to get more dice back after each round. Or you can also get 2 more health from it. So that's like your main way of sort of leveling up your dice statistics. But whenever you explore, you can also visit the merchant. And you're going to have gold. Basically, every enemy is going to generally give you a reward of just more gold, up to 20. I'm starting out with 12 on my character, by the way. And you can spend gold to recover dice. You can spend gold to get banished dice. You have 1 of each color, including your only red die banished at the start. Then you can also get items by buying them from the merchant. You get to draw 1 or 2 or 3 to look at whenever you go to visit her, or you can improve those items so they each have a weaker and a stronger side. And you can also sell items back to the merchant. So that's where you're going to get items from. You're going to get stat upgrades from the forest. And again, fighting enemies, you're generally just going to get gold. So you are not getting like a bunch of items and level ups from the enemies themselves. That's a big difference from previous 20 Strong games. Now, as for the enemies, you have this little scouting line. So you have the deck here, but based on your strategy stat, you get to see that many upcoming enemies at once. So the Runt is the first one I'll fight, Wither is the second one, Dark Fairy on top of the deck is the third, and as I fight some of these, I'm going to then move out and uncover more people. So you can see what's coming up, which is important because as you'll see in the playthrough, a lot of these enemies have very specific things that you want to go in with or not go in with, and based on where you're fighting them and kind of that kind of stuff, you can strategize a bit, so having a higher stat is certainly better. Now, finally, looking at my character himself, I'm going with the Pied Piper. The set they have also has Puss in Boots, Bo Peep and her sheep, Thumbelina, and Little Red Riding Hood. But yeah, I'm going to try out Pied Piper. And all the characters, at least all the ones they sent in this set, have 2 sides that they kind of flip back and forth between. And unless the card says otherwise, you get to pick which side you start on. So for the Pied Piper, I'm starting on the Piping Piper side because this is kind of like his cool boosted one. And then you have to do some other things on this other side, his Pied Piper side, to get back to it. But my starting stats, I've got 2 health, 3 strategy, 3 recover. And my ability is Into the River. After activating my enemies, so after like drawing all the enemies I'm going to fight, I can immediately kill all of them except for boss enemies. So the wolves or the big bad wolf. Pretty amazing ability, but then that flips me, and now, follow my melody. I have to fight an extra enemy in every fight, and only after I fight 4 or more enemies in a fight do I get to recharge my Pied Piper thing and stop getting extra enemies. So I might die horribly. I haven't actually tried this character yet. I've tried Little Red. She was pretty good. Bo Peep was crazy. Her sheep give her triple damage from yellows, which is insane. Puss in Boots was okay. I didn't try Thumbelina yet either. So this is my 4th play. I've lost most of them and won once with Bo Peep. We'll see how the Pied Piper does. Oh, and by the way, how I calculated my starting gold, it is 20, which is the max, minus your starting statistics. So because Pied Piper is stronger with 2, 3, and 3, adding up to 8, I have 12 gold. All right, so let's get in. I'll explain things as I go and see if I can survive. And I'll give some thoughts on the game so far at the end of the video. So the first step of each turn is to optionally explore. To explore, I can spend 1 or more blue or yellow dice only, up to 3 of them. However many I spend, I roll them one at a time, and this is how I place. Oh, that would have been a good roll. This is how you place out new cards. If you roll a miss, which is obviously more likely on the yellow die than the blue die, then you put out the bottommost card in its nighttime side. If you roll a hit, you put out the bottommost card in its daytime side. Now, by the way, that might sound like a good thing to always have it be daytime, but keep in mind that there are a lot more wolf symbols on the nighttime side. So I found sometimes you want to get some nighttime so you can weaken the big bad wolf for the final battle by taking away his minions. And if you get lucky and roll a crit, then you not only get a daytime side card, you also get a single gold. Now, do I want to explore? I've certainly got some space to move before I do. But remember, I'm scouting the enemies ahead, and look at Runt here. So he's got 3 life, 1 damage if I don't defeat him. This is a new statistic. At the start of an engagement, you can bribe 1 or more enemies by paying this amount in gold, and they get discarded. They don't resolve any of their abilities. They don't get a reward for you. Now, Runt says you may only commit dice of a color if you have a matching color in your exhausted area. So right now I have nothing exhausted because those cards by the merchant are in the banished area, which makes me think I should explore with both a blue and a yellow, if only to make them available as things to fight the Runt with. So let's go ahead and try that. We do one at a time. I guess I'd rather have a day card before a night card to power up a bit more. So let's try the blue die, more likely to roll a hit. Hey, awesome. We got a crit, so we're up to 13 gold. And we get a day card, which is that one there. It's got a huge battle against enemies if I first go to a fire to level up. By the way, I'll explain what the kind of background things, like the squares and circles with arrows all mean in a second. All right, so that's cool. And then the yellow is a miss, as I kind of expected, which means it's going to be a nighttime card. Ah, man, no wolves on it. And you can push these things as far as you want. Now, by the way, you don't have to scout, but if you move up into an area without having scouted, it's automatically night. And of course, you don't get any foreknowledge of what the paths might lead to, because you always need to go along a path, always heading further northward. So it's good to know what's coming. Yeah, and here's a card that kind of summarizes things. So enemies, wolves, books let you draw the bottom card of the minion deck and flip it to its Fable side. I didn't really look at what that was. So it's kind of like sometimes a boon or a bad thing, but it's usually not a fight. Campfires, I already said, let you level up. And of course, the houses are where you're trying to get to. And yeah, if it's a square, you get 1 fewer reroll, kind of like you had 1 less strategy. If it's one of the hex symbols, then the enemies are stronger. They're blighted. As I already said, if you have diamonds, you're fighting more enemies there. If it's got a second circle, that's a toll. You can either banish a die or pay 2 gold. And then a trap, the circles, you roll a blue die. If you hit, which is more likely, you get to recover 2 dice. If you miss and the card's on daytime, you flip it to its nighttime side. So yeah, there we go. So what do I want to go to? I mean, either way, I'm going to eventually get up to an enemy. So do I want to fight enemy and then another enemy, or do I want to fight an enemy and then a Fable? Oh, and interestingly, I'm just thinking of the Pied Piper's ability. If I go here, I could use the Pied Piper's ability to kill everybody, and then I could choose to go here, which would have me fighting, 6 people with the Pied Piper's ability. Or if I go here, I'd be fighting 4 people, and I could recharge it immediately. which would get me a ton of gold and let me buy some items and stuff. Okay, so, sorry, hold on. Before I decide where to move, I got to do the merchant. Because I rolled 2 dice and exhausted them, every die I use to explore gets exhausted, I get to draw the bottommost 2 items, and I can buy either of them, as well as recovering dice, sharpening dice from the taken away, the banished area. Let's see what we got. And I've got 13 gold. Let's move that over there. Okay, I've got the Fey Veil, costs 2. I can use it once to negate the effects of a single non-boss enemy until the end of the current conflict if they have a really nasty ability. If I pay 4 more after I buy it to forge it, I can flip it while on a nighttime node, negate the effect of a single non-boss enemy until the end of the current conflict. Okay, so if I paid 4 more to flip it, it would always be usable, but only on nighttime nodes. Okay, and then Petrified Stag Heart. Okay, when I would exhaust a red crit, I can banish it to get +1 heart. Okay, but then I'd have to buy it back from the merchant. And then if I pay 4 more, when you would exhaust a red crit, you would banish it to get 2 heart. I don't love either of these. You know what? We'll just get rid of those. I get to a discard pile. Let's buy some dice instead. Okay, so for 3, I can sharpen. I get the weakest exhaust or banish die. So let's spend 3, 6, 9. I want to keep a little bit in case I run into one of those tolls. So that would get me yellow, blue, and green. And then I would get red and purple next time. And these go straight to my my pool. Okay, now we come to the decision points. Yeah, I think I'm going to go boom, 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 boom. Because I like these traps. They tend to let you recover dice. So let's go ahead and fight. This white one is getting changed, but that's just nothing. So it's just like a basic attack and nothing else. So I'm just fighting the runt I showed you earlier. So he has 3 life, I have 3 rolls, I recover 3 dice, and currently I can only use blues and yellows against him because of his ability, which I think will probably be enough to do 3 damage. So let's start out with, just the 3 blues? With 3 rolls, I feel like that'll probably be enough. Maybe even like a little bit of overkill. All right, so here we go. Oh, yep, he's dead. So that's a crit for 2 damage, a regular for 1 damage. He's defeated. I get 2 more gold. So this goes up to 6. And all of these are exhausted. Again, there's no damage to suffer, no after effects to deal with. I exhausted my dice. Sorry, just going through the steps here. I'll recover 3 blues with my recover stat. And all right, that's it for the first round. Now, the exploration step and the merchant that comes with it, that's entirely optional. So, yeah, I don't think I need to do that right now, do I? Oh, I should look at my scouted line. All right, so Wither, Dark Fairy. I should talk about Dark Fairy. This is very important. Okay, but let's look at Wither first. So it's only 1 life, only 4 to bribe her. And by the way, bribing her would cancel her ability, even though it's an after effect that usually can't be prevented. So after fighting her, if I don't bribe her, it says flip a daytime card in your path to nighttime, or add a nighttime card to your path, and then you do a fable card. So she's pretty easy to beat. Now, Dark Fairy is the weird one. It's really not great that I got her so early. It says, when the engagement begins, immediately swap all active dice with all exhausted dice, which is fantastic late game when you can like make sure all your dice are exhausted and then fight her and boop, get them all back. Here, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just have to like use every die against Wither on purpose just to do 1 damage and then get my dice back for a Dark Fairy. It's kind of a waste. And then, well, we got another Wither? Well, I guess I don't really need to explore much, do I? Although maybe I should anyway, because again, I'm going to have to do the Dark Fairy thing. So yeah, no, you know what the hey, if I want to exhaust some dice, let's go ahead and do all 3 blue, the max to explore. So first, crit, I get an extra gold up to 7, and I get a daytime. And yeah, oh, there's a nice wolf one with not too many helpers. And then a regular hit, so just a daytime. It's got a fire, and then, okay, I wanted maybe to get 1 nighttime in there, but no such luck. Although, ooh, good, another fairly inexpensive, like, wolf, because wolves can sometimes have 3 or 4 helpers with them. So having some wolves on the daytime side, that's not too bad. Okay, now we're back to the merchant. I get to look at 3 items, because I use 3 dice to explore. And I got 7 money. Okay, Rainbow Cloak. Once per round, after the roll dice step, you may set 1 rolled miss to a hit, as long as you rolled at least 4 different colors. That is a very cool ability. Yeah, I like that one a lot. 3 little pigs, ignore the blighted effect on all basic minion nodes, which means they wouldn't get boosted by the hex icon. And magic ball. After each roll dice step, you may banish a committed and unapplied blue to set a banish, though. That's where you have to buy it again. I like this Rainbow Cloak, I gotta say. Even though I was going to spend maybe 3 or 6 money to get those back. Let's try this out. I think this is pretty cool. And if later on I get 4 money, I can flip it. Ooh, and I can change a miss into a crit if I roll at least 4 colors. Heck yeah, that's great. Does take all but 2 of my money, so I have enough to pay a toll if I need to. Okay, now here comes the dumbest fight ever. So first, this is a trap. I got to roll a blue, and I got to hit, which means I get to recover 2 dice. Yay. So sure, I'll recover 2 blues. Okay, then I'm fighting the Wither. Oh, no. Hey, I'm going to use all my dice. So dumb. Oh, hey, look, I hit. Great. And I could have used my rainbow cloak. Whatever. Okay, so I am getting 2 gold from defeating the Wither. And then I'm going to flip any card in my path to nighttime. Path cards are those that you are not currently on and are ahead of you. They don't count cards behind you. Or add a nighttime card to my path. Currently, I kind of like this one because that's going to let me chain into using my power and then getting it back. That's got a wolf. That's got an easy level up. That's got another wolf. So yeah, I think I'll just add a nighttime for free, which, all of them have level ups. All of them have a lot of guys, huh? Okay, then the Wither also said, I resolve a fable. This is one I saw before. Spiral Thorn. Oh, either banish the strongest die in your dice pool or -1 heart. I only have 2 hearts, so I guess I'll banish the strongest die, which is one of my 3 purples. And now it's important to note that in the recovery step, you may recover dice equal to your recovery stat. I'm going to recover none because the Dark Fairy is going to give me all my dice back anyway. What a waste. Oh well. All right, so yeah, this time I am not going to explore. I'll just jump on ahead. That's a square. Oh, so I get 1 less reroll. Whoop-de-doo. And the Dark Fairy comes over. She says, whoomp, thank you so much. And yeah, I got to do 1 damage in 2 rolls. Here you go, purple die. You did it. Great. And then I get it back with my recovery. So I get 1 gold. Thanks for nothing, you Dark Fairy. Okay, and I do have a Wither next time. That's fine. Ooh, what's this? Prickle. If Prickle's the only non-boss enemy, gains +2 attack. Oh, I got a couple Prickles. Okay. Oh, but that's right. I'm planning, I think, to murder everybody with my my Pied Piper ability, aren't I? Yeah, by the way, I'm not going to explore for a while because I don't have that much money to go to the merchant, and I already have so many cards ahead of me, so I'm going to go here. So first I roll for a trap, blue, and I got a miss. Oh, which means I got to flip this card tonight. Oh, no. Wait, so, okay, I guess, that's the same, isn't it? Yeah, wait, does it change anything? No, doesn't really, does it? I mean, these guys are here, but if I'm flipping it here, I would never go to them. That's sort of weird, but that's okay. Still a prototype. But yes, now I get to level up 1 stat. And which one do I want to do? Strategy would give me more rolls, would let me see ahead more enemies and let me hold more items. But I mean, recover is recover. Yeah, I always like to start getting my recovery up first. I could also get 2 hearts instead of just a single thing up, but hopefully I won't die. We'll see. All right, so here's the plan. Fighting, so it's 1 guy plus the number of things around. So this is 5 enemies, which means since it goes beyond my strategy, I get extras straight from the deck. Get out of here, merchant. So I got Porcupil. At the start of each strategy phase after the first, I would take 1 damage, and then another runt. All right, it's a lot of enemies. I could bribe them. I could try to fight them. But how about after activating enemies, you immediately defeat all non-boss enemies, and then flip over. Ooh, pipe it away, you are dead. 2, 5, 8, 12, 14 gold. I'm at 19, 1 under 20. Now, it says immediately defeat, but not discard or anything, so I think the Wither, she's the only one with a after effect. She's going to still activate her power. And yeah, once again, I think I'll add, I still like the daytime one, so I'll add a nighttime. Again, no wolves on there. Well, that's okay. I mean, I should be able to fight like 3 wolves from what I've seen so far. All right, so I'm about to go here and fight 4 people for real this time to flip my Pied Piper back. So I better, I better spend some money because I have so much. Let's exhaust a blue die to explore. I got a crit. Jeez, I'm getting a lot of those. So that actually gets me to 20 money, my max. And I get a day card with nothing I really want all the way at the back. I'm not even going to show it. It's so far up. Oh, by the way, you can kind of get cards out of the line that you've already passed, but you do have to keep them nearby because some cards will measure how many daytime or nighttime cards you had, so it can be important. All right, so with 1 die rolled, I get to look at 1 item, Wishing Well. Search the map deck and any map cards removed from the game. Choose 1, adding it to your path on its nighttime side, or on its daytime side if I pay 4 extra. No, but I am going to pay 4 to make my Rainbow Cloak change a miss into a crit. That leaves me with 16. And then it'll be 9 to get all of my banished dice. So So that leaves me with 7, and I'm about to fight 4 guys, so what the hey, I'll go ahead and spend 2 to recover my blue die too, the one that I used to explore. So I have every die in my pool. I've got a pretty powerful item. I'm about to fight 4 dudes, and I can't just kill them all automatically this time. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, so now that I'm done the merchant phase, it doesn't matter which way I go. This one's going to go to a boosted enemy. Oh, did I ever do? No, I never did a fable after the whatchamacallit. Spindle wheel. Let me reverse all explored cards in your path. What the heck? Wait, when? Crud, that would have been when I defeated this. Hold on, everybody. Potentially a change of plans. So, crud, everything I believed in was a lie, y'all. Everything. Okay, so I still spent all my money. I guess we'll keep that. I'm still the Pied Piper. But yeah, now I got to do a fable. And then it looks like I can do... Okay. Oh, if I fight this guy, I have to complete a 4 or more enemy engagement as the Pied Piper. Okay, so this would be a wolf plus 2 extra guys. My Pied Piper would add an extra basic enemy to the engagement, so 3 extra guys. Okay, so that's pretty good. So we'll go Fable first. And what is it? Allies Among Us. Immediately search the enemy deck and discard for a Dark Fairy. Ooh, another one, and set it next to your hero. After any activation, you may add this enemy to the conflict. So this one's kind of cool. You can, here, let's find the other Dark. Or let's get the one to discard, right? Because if there's another one, I'd rather keep them around. So yeah, this will just hang out, and I can add it to a fight as an extra enemy, which would immediately get all my exhausted dice back to, swap them to my supply. So that's great. She's just kind of like a little bonus I can use later. Okay, I'm not going to explore it all. I only got 5 money. So let's get a permanent level up again. And I'm about to have a huge fight, right, pretty soon. So yeah, let's go to 5, I guess. Okay, I'm still not exploring. So let's fight this dude. So that's a blighted space. So I'm going to fight 2 enemies because of my stupid Follow My Melody ability. And they're both going to have +1 to all their stats. Should probably look at who they are. Okay, Weevil has boosted stats for every yellow in my exhausted area, which is currently none. That's great. Funnel Web is super tough but easy to bribe. But if you bribe them, they get added to the next engagement anyway. So it doesn't really matter that much. Oh, but Abacon sucks. If he's not defeated, he goes next to the big bad wolf and becomes like a little henchman to help him out in the final battle. And he's pretty strong. So, okay. I mean, Weevil will be easy to kill. Abacon, I can focus on. Funnel Web, I could just let hit me for 1 instead of bribing him, or I can see if I can get 7 more damage. The problem if I go ham in this fight is that I'm going to fight a wolf with 3 helpers in a second to get my Pied Piper flipped back. Now, I do have the Dark Fairy, which I could maybe leverage here. But I want to save that for later if possible. Well, let's just see how this fight goes. So, Weevil, Funnel Web, Abacon. I've got my Rainbow Cloak I can use once during this round, which means I have to roll at least 4 different colors, right? Oh, and I do have my red now. And I get 5 recovery? Huh. So, I could get all those back, but that's not going to be enough, right? Not to do 8 damage. Maybe I just let the Funnel Web hit me for 1. Yeah, I kind of like, although it's giving me 5 gold. But no, I like that idea. I think I like that idea. But then can I beat the wolves with only 1 life? Okay, so let's see if with these dice I can beat the Weevil and Abacon maybe. I don't know. I get 3 more rolls if I need to after this. And okay, that's a heck of a roll. Yeah, this is great. So Weevil can get the 1. That's 4 on Abacon. I can use the Rainbow Cloak to set this yellow mist to its crit side, because I rolled at least 4 colors. So I just need 1 more to kill Abacon, and again, I can let the Funnel Web go. Should I just roll this twice? So let's roll it once, see if I get lucky. I got 1 more roll. Okay, there we go. That'll finish him off. So we're done. Funnel Web hits us and then goes away. Does bring us down to 1 life, which is maybe not the greatest plan. But then we're getting... he gets +1 gold for each exhausted yellow, which doesn't matter here. So we get 1 gold when we defeat him, 7 we defeat him. So actually we're at 13. And I get to recover all 5 of these. 13 gold. Should I have spent more dice and tried to kill the spider? And then I could have used the gold before the next big fight? Because I'm probably going to get, almost max gold from the next fight anyway. Yeah, maybe taking that 1 damage was a bad idea. So should I explore right now? Just to, spend some money? Because I'm going to fight a bad... Now, the wolves usually don't give you gold. They usually give you some other kind of bonus. But I'm going to fight 3 other basic minions. That's going to be a lot of gold. Oh, I can see them. Well, hold on. So let's see. First will be Stundern. You may banish dice to reduce Stundern's bribing. For each die banished, reduce the bribe value by X, where X is the number of hit faces on that die. Ooh. So I could, like, banish 2 purples, for example, and just take him out of the fight entirely because his bribe cost becomes 0. Toadstool Imp. If it's nighttime, which it is, Toadstool Imp's health value is 1 plus your highest stat, which is 5. Crud, so he's a 6. But his gold reward is 1 plus your highest stat, so he gives 6 gold. And then, oh my gosh, Stomp'em. Stomp'em's bride cost is reduced by 1 for each die in your exhausted area. Man, those are some tough dudes. Okay. So maybe I bribe like the Toadstool Imp and Stundern and just try to beat Stomp'em and the Big Bad Wolf. Yeah, let's see how that goes. So I'm not going to explore because I want to save my money for bribing. All right, so I move up to our first wolf, which is Guzzle. He's got 12 life. Great. When activated, you may banish up to 5 dice of different colors. For each, deal 2 damage to Guzzle. And then his reward is to gain and upgrade a random item. And then here's our friends. Okay. I got to decide what I want to do with Guzzle's ability. I got to decide what I want to do with Stundern's ability. I got to decide what I want to do with my money. Well, first, let's just get rid of that imp. Okay, so we're bribing him 5. Get out of here. We don't get any bonus. He's gone. If we tried to fight the rest legitimately, that'd be 26. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Now, if we beat Stomp'em, that's 10 gold. We'd be back up to basically full gold, and we should be able to buy a bunch of banished dice if we banish him to, like, hurt Guzzle and get Stundern, for example. So, yeah, let's banish 2 purple dice, each with 5 hit sides, to make Stundern's bribe free. Bye-bye. And now, do I want to up to 5 dice of different colors? Okay, so I could banish a yellow. How much money am I going to have? 8. So I could get 6 banished dice back, although I'd rather get like 5 banished dice back. So maybe I do a yellow, blue, green. My weakest ones to do 6 damage to Guzzle automatically. Here, I'll set a random die there to remind me. Okay, so I banished a bunch of dice. And now I just got to do 6 damage to Guzzle, 8 to Stomp him. It's still a lot. So, 8 and 6 is 14. Okay. So I got my rainbow cloak if I use at least 4 colors. I mean, I feel like I might just need to use like all the colors, right? So 14 would be even with 7 dice all rolling crits. That would be enough. But that seems unlikely to happen. So should I just do them all and then use Dark Fairy to get my dice all back? Maybe I should. Yeah, you know what? That seems smart. Let's get our rolling tower here. All right, here we go. Boom! Roll 1 out of 3. Okay, we got a crit green. We're definitely going to keep that. We can start killing Guzzle with that. I'll use my rainbow cloak once per round to turn the yellow miss into a crit. And then let's take our worst dice that might not hit again. Let's go ahead and do a green and a blue. So I immediately defeat Guzzle and gain and upgrade a random item, which is going to be the Smelting Pot. At the start of each engagement, well, too late, you may discard a different item from your inventory to defeat a non-boss enemy. I don't want to discard my rainbow cloak, but that'll give me a reason to like buy some random items. Okay, so that's not going to help me at all in the current engagement. So Stomp'em has 8 life. This is my second roll. Let's try for some crits. Okay, that's that's not enough. 1 crud. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I think I'll take the blue hits. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. Oh, that might be it. What is he? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yay! Okay. Jesus. All right. So everything's exhausted. I get 10 gold. So I'm up to 18. I defeated Guzzle, so he's taken out, which means he will not boost the Big Bad Wolf if I get to the end. Still got my Dark Fairy to get all my dice back. Oh, and because I completed a big engagement, boom. And yeah, I think I'm actually not gonna recover, because I think I'm gonna use the Dark Fairy in the next fight. Well, no, hold on. I want to explore, right? So yeah, let's I don't know, pull out my 3 blues so I can explore with them. Yeah, so before we go, we'll explore a hit for a daytime, and then a miss for a nighttime, and then a miss for a nighttime. More nighttimes than I expected. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, actually, 2 wolf, wolf possibilities here are pretty good. And I do have just 5 cards left to get to Grandma's house. I mean, a ton of cards to go through, though. All right, I get to look at 3 items. Fairy Godmother, Mimsy Potion, Huntsman's Blade. Oh, this one I had another game. You may apply crits to scouted enemies, so enemies like on the scouted pile. Meh. Mimsy Potion, recover all your blue. And oh, I forgot. That's right. My Smelting Pot lets me discard a different item to kill somebody. So let me just buy the Fairy Godmother, not intending to use her, but just to have a an item to kill somebody with. All right, so bye-bye, y'all. And I do have up to 5 dice to rebuy. Let's see, I don't see any tolls coming up that I would... Actually, no, there is a toll coming up that I would go on soon. So, well, but I'm going to kill some people before then. So I'm going to spend all but one of my money to get all 5 dice back. Now, unfortunately, these go to my current pile, which means they'll get swapped when I use the Dark Fairy's power. But so it goes. Because, yeah, I'm going to fight another wolf. This time it's a wolf plus 4 other people. Let's growl. Oh, God. At the start of each strategy phase after the first, explore 1 nighttime map card. Oh, so he just adds night. That's not too bad. Okay, then we got 4, right? Runt, Wren, Craw, Slither. We don't care too much about them because we are, after activating enemies, defeating all non-boss enemies, which gets us 2, 5, 8, 12 gold. We're up to 13, but now we're on our poopy face off with more enemies side. Oh, and sorry, I was going to add in the Dark Fairy to swap in my better dice pool. Although actually, I could probably kill Growl with 5 dice. You know, let's save the Dark Fairy for the fight after this and see if we can... I didn't realize he only had 5 damage. Now, of course, I want to hopefully kill him quickly. Do I have 4 colors for my nighttime cloak? Yes. Cool. Okay, so I can change one of these into what I want to crit. Seems like I should be fine with that, right? Yeah. Wow. Actually, I didn't even need it. That was already 6 damage, so you're super dead, Growl. Get out of here. Oh, I get a heart, and I can choose to flip my hero. Huh. Oh, after I use the ability, I would have flipped, so heck yeah, I'll use Growl to flip me back to super side. Hell, that's amazing. And I got 2 hearts now. Cool. Oh, and I get to recover 5 dice, don't I? Well, no, I'm not going to recover any because I want to use the fairy's power, yeah. Okay, so who's coming? Sheldune, Weevil, and Toadstool Imp. We've seen them before. Sheldune. Oh, all hits deal 1 fewer damage. So you just got to kill them with crits. Lovely. All right, I'm moving up to a fire. Let's upgrade our strategy this time to be able to see more enemies and keep more items, especially with the smelting pot and already being full up. That does mean that we get to see a 4th enemy. Which will be, oh, Blunderboss is funny. When activated, immediately defeat all other non-boss enemies in the active area. So he's another one like the power I have. That's great to like get a bunch of people going at once. And, if I go from here or to here, I can then fight a big bad wolf enemy. Oh, and actually, if I fight Big Bad Wolf with Blunderboss in there, he should take care of everybody for me. And then maybe I can not use my Pied Piper power. So sure, let's actually... I'd rather go up here to the Fable one. Now that's a toll. Crud. I do have money. I have a lot of money. I'll go down to 11. And I got to do a Fable. Howl at the Moon. You may place up to 1 die of each color from your dice pool in exhausted areas on the Grandma's Cottage node. When you reach that node, plus hearts equal to the dice there and immediately recover them. You know, I think I could probably make do without like a yellow and a blue to get 2 automatic health before the final fight. I kind of like that. All right, so now, do I want to spend money by exploring again? I think I do. Let's exhaust a... Oh, crud. I don't have any dice to exhaust because I choose not to recover any of them. Whoops. All right, so I guess we're not going to get any money from the merchant. All right, we'll go into a wolf fight. So it's going to be a wolf and +2. Doing pretty good clearing out wolves. Howl has 10 life. During each roll step, when a crit is rolled, -1 life or immediately exhaust that die. Wow. Okay, and then Sheldune and we... Oh, wait a second. Why did I think that Blunderboss was coming in here? He was not. Ooh, but you know what? It's okay. Because if I use my power in this fight, then when I go up to Blunderboss, I can... I'll be fighting 4 people if I flip, and then he'll defeat all of them. Okay. Oh, by the way, I definitely am adding Dark Fairy in. Oh, Weeble is super strong because I have 3 exhausted yellow dice. Oh, but I don't have any exhausted dice. Never mind, because they're all coming back from the Dark Fairy, right? All right, and I will use my power, to get 5, 6, 7 gold. I'm up to 18. And good, now I'll actually be able to spend some of it. Get rid of all of them. So it leaves just Howl. And crud, I don't... Well, this sets a die to a crit when a crit is rolled. So I feel like the Rainbow Cloak, at least reading it straight as said, it would avoid it. By the way, I'm saving the fairy grandmother to use with or godmother to use the smelting pots. I don't want to do anything with that, and they can't affect bosses. All right, so if I'm going to do 10 without crits, because I only have 2 hearts, or with like up to 1 crit. God, this guy sucks. All right, let's do a bunch of stuff. Oh, no, I don't want I want the ones that'll hit more easily. God, should I just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? That's too many. Especially if I can use my Rainbow Cloak to make one a crit. So 5, 10. I need to have 4 colors. So let's do it like that for now. Okay, here we go. Wish I could just bribe Hal. I would love for him to go away. Okay. Oh, crud sickle. So first of all, I didn't get any misses to use my Rainbow Cloak, but I have to either take a damage or exhaust these immediately. I can take 1 damage. So I'll go ahead and do that, but I'll exhaust the purples. Does get me down to 1 life. Okay, and then I guess the rest of these I'll apply because they're really... Well, hold on. I need to get 4 colors, though, to use the Rainbow Cloak. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'll apply the purple. That's 3. Well, here, I'll also apply the green, and I'll roll like a yellow to hopefully get the Rainbow Cloak. Okay, second roll out of 4. Okay, whoops, that went out of the... Gosh darn it. Okay, well, at least I can turn this, again, I'm kind of interpreting the Rainbow Cloak here. So that's 4, 7. Okay, now the Rainbow Cloak doesn't matter. I just need to get 3 more hits. That was my second roll, right? Okay, so let's take 4 dice. Okay, third of 4 rolls. Gosh darn. Oh, that's already enough. Cool. Okay, so boom, I got him, but gosh, it cost me a lot. I don't have any more dark fairies to help me out. Okay, so when I beat him, I can explore 1 map card on the side of my choice and then get 1 gold for each minion and mob modifier chevron on that card. Definitely going to do daytime because I think I have enough wolves on the map. Okay, so minion and chevron. So 1, 2, 3 gold. That tops me out at 20. But I've only got 2 wolves left. It's pretty great. Oh, I do flip back to my piping pipe. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. Yeah, Pied Piper side is right. Okay, and I finally care about which dice I'm getting back. I have some yellows to explore because I want to spend some money. So let me get 5 dice back. And yeah, let's explore before I go. I'll use just 1 of my yellows and get a nighttime, which means we're almost to Grandma's house. Well, almost explored to Grandma's house. We still have very far to go. Nighttime. Okay, nothing too great there. But mainly I get to go to the merchant. I can buy birch bark armor. My health will be set to 0, set it to 1 instead. That's pretty good when I'm almost dead. And it costs 3, and I could instead use it with a smelting pot to kill somebody. So sure, let's buy that for 3. Gets me down to 17. And then... Ooh, I'm thinking I can let Blunderboss kill everybody and then use Smelting Pot to kill him, which means I should just be able to defeat all the enemies for free. So let's spend like 6 to get my 3 of my dice back, and the rest I should get back just from my natural recover stat. Because, yeah, I'm going to go here. Go here and fight 1 plus 2 chevrons, 3 plus my Pied Piper ability, 4. 4 buddies. We got Toadstool Imp. We got Blunderboss, Brierne, and Yummum. Oh, I hate that guy. So Brierne, purples cannot be used. Okay. Although, again, they'll be dead in a second. And Yummum, after he's killed, move Yummum to your inventory. Discard an item if needed, and it gains the following. During each resolve phase, you may choose to skip the recovered dice step. If you do, discard Yummum. So when activated... I think happens before I can bribe. So, crud, this guy's going to take one of my item spots. I guess I'll throw away the fairy godmother. Annoying. And then Blunderbuss defeats everybody else. So that did get me 6, 10, 11. Oh, plus 5 for my high. Okay, so I go to 20 gold again because I should have spent more. And then Blunderboss is here. Should I still do my smelting pot plan? Yeah, I guess. So I'll trash the birch bot armor or bark armor to kill Blunderboss and get 4. Oh, I'm already at 20. Never mind. And my recovery gets all my dice back, so I'm in a pretty decent spot here. And that was 4, right? Yep, so boop. I'm back to my good side. Oh, and holy crud, guys. I just realized. I was like, why is the path so long? I said I was supposed to take 5 cards out at the beginning of the game. I forgot to do that. So let's see. We got 2 here, and I guess I'll just take my last 3. And there we go. Oh, wait, crud. Which... Oh, I don't know if it was daytime or nighttime. I will say daytime. So yeah, this is it's a lot more reasonable. I was like, man, this seems like a really long path to get to the end. So what would I have left? Because I think I might end the video here. I don't want to keep previews too long. So I would get to level up here. Oh my gosh, level up again here. 1, 2 fights. Fable. And then I could get to that wolf there. And then that wolf there. And gosh, level up twice or heal and then go there. See, I think I'd be able to finish off the last 2 wolves. And I think I'd probably win this one. I could use all these fires to get my life back, and I'm super powered up right now, I think. The Rainbow Cloak is solid. I can use my power to kill a ton of people if I need to, although at this point I would probably just try not to use it unless a fight was super desperate and stay on the good side for the final fight. But yeah, that's a taste of what Tanglewood has to offer here. I will show you what the Big Bad Wolf looks like. So his power, he's the only boss you fight in this particular mode of Tanglewoods. His power is super annoying. During each roll dice step, you may only roll one die of each color, but you can subtract one from any stat to increase the number of each color you may roll at a time by one. And that lasts for the round, and you can do it multiple times. So I could, for example, when I got to him, let's say that I was at 6 life from all those fires and from the 2 dice I saved, I could lower my stats down to 3 life and be able to roll all of my dice instead of just the 1 per color. But yeah, that's a taste of Tanglewood. Let's talk about my thoughts so far. So first of all, I really like the new minions. I think, first of all, the art is amazing. I think Manny Tremblay did this, and I love his stuff. But I think they're really fun in that they often invite very specific things you want to do before you come into combat. So they make that whole scouting idea, like, the prickle, you want to try to move to a place that has multiple enemies because that'll weaken him. Or the toadstool imp, you want to try to fight him when it's not nighttime. So it can influence which way you move on the map. It can do lots of cool things. So I really like this, that scouting kind of matters and that the enemies have powers that will impact how you move on the map. Now, the fact that they only give you gold is, meh. I do love in the old 20 strong sets that the enemies are often giving you items or giving you special powers and kind of adds more variety in the game. Well, there are quite a few items in the game, and they all have their upgraded side. I do find, though, that some of them I just don't think I would really almost ever buy. They don't all seem as attractive as others. So that has led me to feel a little bit of sameness for the items, but I don't know how the Tanglewood sets are going to work. If they have items in other sets that can come into this set, I'm not sure if they will, though, because these items tend to directly reference the map, so I'm guessing you can't mix and match them. So yeah, I think the items are okay. They don't feel as varied with the enemies not giving them as some of the other 20 strong sets, but they still work well. Now, something I love, because there's a ton of variety, is these fables. I mean, you see there's a billion different ones. The art is great, even on these prototype versions. So the fact that you're going to see tons of different fables. Now, they are very random. Some of them are very helpful, and some of them are very hurtful. So, the idea of which one you happen to randomly draw can be a little bit swingy in the game, but I don't mind that. I think it's a fun element, and again, the fables are quite varied. The map movement is really cool. I like how you're exploring. I like how you're putting things out. I like how you kind of want to be a little bit challenging for yourself so that you can fight enough wolves to weaken the final boss. But you also want to, again, be moving based on which enemies are on the scouting line and what will serve you well. So I think this is pretty cool. It reminds me of the other 20 strong sets, most of maybe Victorum, with kind of the purposeful movement. But clearly it's a very different system with kind of always going forward and exploring here. And with 5 cards being randomly removed, if you remember that rule, and with cards coming out on either their nighttime or daytime side, I think it's a quite varied experience. Now, I will say this is kind of like other 20 strong sets. If you get the fires early and you can get your recover stat and your strategy stat up, you're going to have an easier time winning fights and recovering from fights. If you get a ton of fires late or you get a lot of really hard cards early, you can die very early in the game. That's definitely happened to me. So in other versions of 20 strong, this isn't really different. Sometimes it's going to be swingy, and I think this map is part of that swingy element of the game. Now, as for the Big Bad Wolf, he's cool. I do kind of wish there was more than one version of him, because all the other 20 strong things have had at least 3 or 4 different final bosses you can fight, right? So the fact that there's only one of him is not as exciting. But you do have these different wolves that are themselves kind of fun mini bosses and also will influence what he's going to be doing. So I think that's pretty cool. I think that does make him feel a bit more varied. Still not as exciting as other sets in the system, but I think he is a interesting final boss. And the journey is such a interesting, kind of epic thing that the fact that the final boss is not as exciting doesn't really bother me that much. Now, final thing, the characters. I like this whole flipping mechanic. It makes them feel very unique compared to characters from the other sets. The only two I don't like that much, and sorry I didn't realize this for the piping Piper, the Pied Piper guy, is Bo Peep and Pied Piper feel a little too, I guess, overly focused on their cool power. Sorry, I just threw the Pied Piper away. Because, Piping Piper, you saw, my entire kind of strategy revolved around using his Into the River ability and then getting it back, and then using Into the River and then getting it back. So it feels like playing future plays with him would probably be kind of similar. And Bo Peep is kind of a similar thing, where she gets more gold on her Bo Peep side, but then when she's on her Flock side, she can roll all 4 yellows. and they do triple hits. So a basic hit does 3 damage, a crit does 6. And what I ended up doing in her thing was getting a really high strategy stat, getting 4 recovery quickly so I get all the yellows back each time, and just mowing down all the opposition in my way. Now, it does flip whenever you get a wolf pack, but you can flip back to your sheep side after you've gotten the gold you want just by spending money, which you can do anytime, basically, by going to the merchant and exploring. So yeah, both of them I found a little bit like one-trick pony-ish. They're still fun, but also they seem to kind of, if they get their strategy going, sort of steamroll the opposition. This game does still, like other 20-strong products, have sometimes a bit of a, not runaway leader, what is it? I guess a ramp-up issue where if you get like really strong, everything can seem a little bit too simple. But yeah, Maya, Puss in Boots, Little Red, they seem markedly weaker than the other two, but I think that makes them more interesting in their powers. So I like these 3. I like these 2 for like doing a fun thing once, but I don't think I would want to play them again personally. So, 3 out of 5 cool characters in the set, not too bad. And of course, you can mix in other characters with that generic symbol like Thumbelina here. So yeah, mostly I'm very excited for Tanglewoods. Not everything is 100% a slam dunk here, but I think that applies to the other 20-strong sets too. I kind of gravitate and vacillate between them in terms of which one is my favorite. And this one also, the nice thing about this series is that you don't have to play this one all the time. If I play Tanglewoods a little bit, Red, whatever the set is called, and then go and do another one for a while, and then go and play Solar Sentinels for a while, and then, hey, I want to go back to Tanglewoods Red for a while, I think that's really what the set is about. So I wouldn't necessarily want to own just this one as all the 20 strong I have, but I think this is a good addition to the system. And yeah, the crowdfunding campaign should be starting soon-ish. I'll have a link to the page so you can save it in the video description. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.